Hey church family, David here, and I'm back with another update this week on our racial reconciliation efforts. And I'm joined today by JT Tarter, our assistant pastor of multiplication, who is also our staff lead for our racial and ethnic reconciliation committee. Now, this committee comes from a 2018 report by our denomination that recommends 9 different approaches for congregations to consider when pursuing this important work of gospel reconciliation. Now, our church has been working on these for the last 3 years, but 2020 has really shown us how important and needful this work is. So our session formed this committee, and so I'd love for you, JT, just to tell us a little bit about why it was formed and what some of the purposes are for the committee.
Yeah, our committee really is focused on that 2018 study report on racial and ethnic reconciliation, and specifically the 9 recommendations that report gives to congregations. The desire is really to assess our church and to consider how are we doing on this topic of racial and ethnic reconciliation. And then secondly, we want to make recommendations to our session in ways that we maybe think that we could grow as this beautiful community that Christ is building here at McLean and within the Capital Pres family. And thirdly, we want to provide biblical materials for the life of our congregation. You know, a big part of what we do here at Capital Pres is biblical instruction and spiritual formation. And so we want to make sure we have quality materials that are in line with what we believe as a church and are consistent with our understanding of Scripture, and that really resource and help us in this topic of racial and ethnic reconciliation. And then finally, we want to pray as a congregation. We want to go to the Lord and ask, Lord, teach us, guide us, direct us, help us to see maybe where we're blind, and by your Spirit, right, change us into the people that you're creating us to be.
It's very helpful. And from time to time, our session appoints committees around different important works. And even though this is a committee of the session, talk a little bit about who's on the committee, because it's made up of more than just elders.
Yeah, we have some amazing committee members on this committee. I'm amazed that I even got on the committee, to be honest with you. We have so many awesome people within the life of our congregation, and really the committee members that we wanted to find were those who were really committed to the life of our church. So we have ruling elders, board of women reps, and people that have just poured their lives out within our church. And we also wanted the committee to be able to represent the diversity that we have within our congregation already. And so that's where the committee is. We have 11 committee members, and we are meeting once a month, and as well as within our subcommittees as we consider these recommendations.
Tell everyone a little bit about how they can connect to your committee and how they can be involved in the work of the committee in the future.
Yeah. The best way to connect to our committee is by emailing us at rrcommittee@capitalpres.org. We have a number of committee members that are overseeing that email account, and we would love to connect with you and hear your thoughts. And we really want this to be a work of our entire congregation as we all consider this. And so feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And I've gotten to spend many breakfasts and coffees with a number of you within our congregation. It's been great. And so it's been so encouraging just to see how passionate our congregation is about this topic. And it gives me a lot of hope. It gives our committee members a lot of hope and just encouragement as we move forward in this work.
Thank you, JT. And one of the best ways that you can find additional information about the work of this committee is to go to our website. If you go to capitalpres.org/RR committee, you can also see additional information and details. Please be praying for the important work of this committee, and we look forward to providing you more updates in the future.